Amit, besides what he said, what would be your advice to these
Yeah, so I
companies?
would say the generic level because obviously I'm a generic person from an IT perspective. The one is a very basic thing which I've observed across companies and industries, and we stick to homegrown companies only. One is do not do this assembled machine thing. I mean, there is no way the software installed in them is going to interact with each other. The updates are not there, and howsoever external software or the utilities you buy, they don't interact with each other. Adobe is not going to interact with a Nehru Place bought some Windows patch or the antivirus. I mean, you can buy 800 rupees antivirus, but if you have a good upgraded machine already, so let Microsoft do something which you're not good at. Let Apple do something which you're not good at. I'll not do something which I'm not good at. That's one. So I mean, do away with those standalone machines. Buy bundle ones. That's going to take majority of the problems. Second one is do define security and access controls. Do not give everything access to everything, and majority of the people don't need to interact with the unstructured word on Gmail, Yahoo's, etc., and they don't need access to unrelated files or folders. I mean, 23 people in the company need to have financial information. 14 people need to have sales information. So do those kind of classifications in terms of security and access. Third bit is have somebody reasonably experienced in the IT side, which may be taking care of the infrastructure side or information side. It cannot work on some very junior person whom you do on the SOS basis. Your computer kharab ho gaya, you do the hardware setting, you do the wire thing and all. That's not going to work. You need to have somebody responsible, reasonably experienced, 8 to 10 years at least to start with on the IT side. And fourth thing, work primarily on the cloud. They know, if Amazon or Microsoft guys work on the cloud, those systems are better protected. Your local servers are not. So have the critical information on cloud. These four imperatives, I guess, if they do, majority of the things will be taken care of. Obviously, WannaCry is going to continue to impact you, but if you have an IT guy taking care of it or somebody like Rajiv taking care of it, the chances of you getting impacted, your business plans getting released or CEO's machine going off are far too less.
In the IT itself, then he should be recommending what all they need to procure and make sure it is working perfectly.
Do you have advice on a budget?
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult to put a specific number, but here is what I think when it comes to the amount one should spend on the IT. So in any organization, whether it's India or across the world, across the sectors, two major costs are the real estate cost and the manpower cost, which means the lease rentals and the salaries. Leave them apart. If you cut them out, for rest of the overheads, I would assign a higher number, for the SMBs because, and this is not digital marketing, it's outside IT security. You should have, anywhere between 7 to 10% of rest of the overheads, at least in the IT side, because if it's properly planned, it's going to save so much other money on the HR side alone that you don't have a downtime, you don't have a firefighting, the IT repair guy doesn't need to come if you have a structured thing. Leave apart the kind of amount you get because of lack of downtime on the planning, on lack of critical firefighting. So invest in that. It's inevitable because if you are not doing it, somebody else is doing it. They are in a better position. It's inevitable. It's not a choice. It's as great an investment as having some critical resource, HR resource in the company. So I don't think it's a choice. It's an investment, whether you do accounting at the P&L or balance sheet, that leave it to accountants. But it's inevitable. It should be done. It's going to save a lot of costs and downtime.